is the best property management company? Hey, Mo Hashim here with Fee Landlord Property Management. We service single family homes, townhomes, duplexes, and if you are in search of a property manager or a property management company, you are probably going to want the best. So I'm here to discuss what is the best. You know, there's a lot of companies and people out there that say they're the best, and really no data or anything to back that up. So I'm here to tell you, as a person that is shopping for a property manager or property management company, what do you need to look for when you are doing that, so that you do end up finding the best for you and your goals. So number one, let's lead right into that. You know, what is it specifically that you're looking for? What kind of property do you own? Do you own a single family home? Do you own a apartment complex? Do you own a duplex? Do you own a condo? What is it that you want a property manager to manage for you? Do you have troubled tenants? Do you have low income properties? Do you have super high-end properties? All these little subcategories within real estate and property management are going to help you determine what the best property management company is for you and your property. So, you know, look for a property management company that advertises and has experience in what it is you're looking for. So if you have a super high-end home and you're looking for high-end renters to make sure that they get the white glove service that they deserve for the high-end rent that they're going to be paying, you know, find a company that services and specializes in that type of service. Obviously, as a landlord, you want to make sure your tenants stay in your property for as long as possible, especially if they're great tenants. Okay, you don't want high turnover, because that causes vacancy, which is another cost that you don't want to incur as a landlord. And it can also cause money that you have to pour into the property because of wear and tear of each time a tenant moves in and moves out with your make-readies. So you want to make sure you find a property management company that provides your tenants with adequate service for whatever it is that they're managing. And by doing so, you're going to be getting the best. Now, what can you do as a property owner to ensure that it is? Well, you got to interview them and ask questions. You got to ask, what is their experience in terms of whatever it is that you have? Ask questions of situations that you think may arise while they're managing your property, okay? Ask specific questions. Only questions that a property manager that has experience in the area or in the subcategory that you are looking for would answer. And also, as the person on the other line or on the other end of that questioning, you want to make sure you're listening for big, detail, not just generalities and being vague, because a lot of people can BS through a lot of the questions. Make sure you're asking specifics and you're receiving specifics. Otherwise, if you're not, that's a red flag, and you may want to consider moving on to another property manager or property management company. So number one, experience, ask questions, interview, and find out. Number two, check their website, check their blogs. What are they blogging about? What are they putting in their website? Do the content of the stuff that they're putting out for prospective homeowners and real estate investors match up and mesh with what it is that you're looking for? If they're advertising, talking about condominium associations or homeowners associations, and you have a single family home in a low income area, then that may not be the best match for you. So just common sense things like that, in terms of what are they advertising, what it is that they advertise and specialize in doesn't match with what you're looking for. Another thing that you can look into is asking for references. Okay, these are people that actually have done or do business with the company that you're considering. All right, so the best companies are going to have good references that they can provide you, assuming that the landlords on the other end allow the references to happen. Now, if they're a really good property management company, the best property management company, they shouldn't have any issues with landlords that they have established relationships with, allowing them to do them a favor by giving a reference to potential customers, because if they're really that good, then their customers, their client base, shouldn't have an issue giving them what it is that they're asking for. Another thing you're going to want to look into is the length of time they've been in business, okay? If you are a poor company, poor business, whether it's property management or anything, if you're not doing right by your customers and not doing good by your clients, you're probably not going to be in business for a very long time. So is it always true that the ones that have been in business the longest are the best? I mean, I don't know, maybe not, but it's a pretty good indicator that they are. Otherwise, they would have been cleared out and gone out of business by now. So if they've been in business for a while, they're not brand new. They've been doing it through the rigors of time, and they've dealt with different types of situations, whether it be recessions, really good economies, whatever it may be. They've toughened that out and they've been through that whole thing. That's a good indication that they're probably one of the best property management companies in the area as well. All right, so those are some things to consider when you're looking for the best property management company for you. Can there be more than one best? Sure. All right, there can, because what's best to you may not be best to your neighbor and may not be best for another real estate investor. So you got to look for what is good for you. Try them out. Make sure that you get into a situation where you have flexibility and freedom, that if you do test them out and it turns out that it doesn't work out for you and you find out that they're not the best, you have a way out so you can find somebody else that is the best. So that's another piece of advice I'd give you. Make sure you don't get locked in, or if you do get locked in, you have the ability to get out of that contract, because the best way of finding out who is the best is actually trying them out, getting that experience, and if they show that they have done it for others as well as for you through a trial period or whatever it may be, then that's a good indicator that they'll continue to do so, and you'll find out through your own experience. So if you have any other questions about who the best property management company is, again, it comes down to your personal goals and what you're trying to achieve in your type of property. Ask these questions. You're also more than welcome to reach out to us. Go to our website, flatfeelandlord.com.